Hi everyone, it's your girl Miss Analytical. Yes, I am here. I'm live. I said I would be going live between 4:30 and 5 o'clock, but I had to do like just a couple of touch ups, and then I had to take care of like some paperwork that I had to post online. So it was like business, and then I also was like, let me just change a little bit of like the setup on StreamYard because I love StreamYard. I know, I just love it. I'm not gonna say I'm addicted to it, but I already changed like the theme of like the banner, and I have the bubble theme, and I actually am gonna keep that. Plus, I want to also change the color. I don't know how to go about that, but I'm playing around with it. I have the banner and I posted up like my Cash App and also my email. Like if you want to email me different topics or different stories that's like out in your neighborhood, or if you have if you have like a serious issue that's going on in your city and community and you wanted to get to be able to reach out to a broader audience, you can definitely let me know because I constantly check my emails, particularly the one that I posted because this is the one that's connected to my YouTube channel, Miss Analytical. So I have all of that set up and ready to go. So I hope everybody had an eventful day that was positive, that was, stress free. Hopefully you have a wonderful holiday week. Hopefully your Christmas was wonderful. Anybody that's making plans to celebrate the New Year's, I hope you guys are, gonna be going somewhere, special or fun, especially getting away from cities like New York, LA, where all these dumb mandates are occurring. It's just really like ridiculous and real frustrating. And speaking of LA, let's talk about our boy Jesse Lee Peterson. Now I know the man is at least about okay, I'm 38. I know the man is about 34 years older than me. He's 34 years older than me, okay? So he's definitely old enough to be my father. And I purposely said father like that. I'm gonna get to why. Okay. So this man has always, since he first popped up on the scene, and I'm not talking about just on YouTube, but when he was writing his book, like the book Scam, he always been talking nonsense about black people, particularly black people like Danny Glover, who don't bother nobody. He talks about Al Sharpton. He talks about who else he been talking about? He talks about Maxine Waters. He talks about Jesse Jackson. He talks about who else? Let me see. Other Hollywood actors. He talks about black activists. Oh, he talk about um Farrakhan, even Malcolm X. You know, he don't really talk about Martin Luther King, except for he likes to throw slick stuff like, oh, he was a communist and a socialist. He likes to say stuff like that. Like he likes to throw dirt on his name, but not like he do with Malcolm X. Like all of this is in his book Scam, you know. And I bought the book back in the day. And I didn't know who he was until I bought the book. And I only bought it because it was $2. I bought it was $2, and I was like, I got all this money. Let me just see what this man is talking about because some of the people, not all, but it was two of the people. I was like, I want to know what he got to say about them. And the book wasn't the worst book, and he didn't present himself like a coon. You wouldn't think the way he wrote the book and how he talks. I know that somebody wrote it for him. I know Jesse didn't write that book. He was fronting, but anyway. What he's also done is talk about homosexuals, gay people, LGBTQ plus people. And he treats them like he's mocking them. And he also pretty much comes off like, oh, you're not a man if you're gay. Uh, how can you let another man go inside of you? I mean, he's very vocal with it, like, and very like vulgar and very like X-rated with it pretty much. And he'll even say some things like, if you're a gay person, you're not going to go to heaven. And how can you be a gay person and you a Christian? How can you, be openly gay? Like God did not make you gay. You are choosing to be gay. And these people are like, no, I didn't choose it. It's just how I came about. And he'll like, oh, no, 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 no. You know you are gay. And you know you chose to be gay. And you know, like, you gay because you a weak man. And you can't get a woman. And he says all this stuff. So check it out. About last year, it came out in the woodwork that Jesse Lee Peterson was going on these different websites and liking gay OnlyFans pages on Twitter. But he was also spotted going on a gay website while he was logged into one of his accounts. So you know how like you log into an account, like let's say your phone, because like I go on my phone to go on the internet because I pretty much do everything from my mobile device. So you go on your phone and you can actually lock your phone. You can lock your screen to make sure nobody sees your stuff. So what he was doing was he had his password and he was logged in. And this person spotted him going on a website that really was gay, male oriented, but he didn't clean out the search engine or the server. So he got caught. And, you know, he was trying to do damage control then, and it kind of worked. Then the story came out with the gay only fans pages that he was liking, and it popped up on Twitter. And it showed him liking on advertisement, gay men only page. Like somebody had a gay only fans page, and he liked it. Now, you're supposed to be anti-homosexuality. You're a pastor of a church. You're supposed to be having like this bonding, not well, the organization calls Bond, but she's supposed to be this mentor to help young black men, you know, be, you know, Christians, to be like conservative. And by the way, he was the leader of the Los Angeles chapter of the Tea Party. A lot of people don't remember that, but I do. You're supposed to be all these like righteous, pious things that's supposed to be like what being an evangelical Christian and Republican is all about. But as always, the hypocrisy of these people and what they do in the dark always come out to light. He pretty much exposed himself. First of all, let's get the real tea about this. You could tell Jesse was in the closet, and I'm gonna tell you why. Closeted men do something, they project, and they project their hatred of themselves because they really, 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 really want to be out there. And they also hate the fact that they are that way, but they can't do anything about it because that's what they're naturally attracted to. So what they do is they'll see a person who's out and proud and they'll say, oh, you're going to go to hell. We're going to condemn you, you know, fire and brimstones, you know, and they'll talk about the body and blood of Jesus Christ. And I'll wash you away your sins. Here's the holy water, because deep down inside, they wish they could be like them. Now, I'm going to get to a couple of conservatives who I feel are homosexuals and in the closet as well. Now, the men that exposed him were not black men. They were white men. Now, the white man who said that he lived with him for 25 years, why are you living with a grown man? And Jesse, why are you letting a white man live with you? And I felt that doing my research, Jesse was doing things like luring these people in so that he could turn them out. He likes white men. He likes the white peen. And I think that's the main reason why he attacks black people in general, because he can't stand the fact that black people will never accept that behavior from him. So it's like, I'm going to hate on black people, but I'm also hate homosexuals, and I'm going to go at them. And he goes at both parties. Like, he calls black people who demonstrate, you know, he calls them horrible. And people who are homosexuals, he calls them horrible. And if you are black and a homosexual and you a male, oh, you really gonna get it. Like that pastor, but that pastor stuck his grounds. He gonna tell that pastor, I'm black and I'm slow, so I don't understand if you're gonna call your spouse a wife or your husband, because I'm slow and I'm black and slow. He said stuff like this. He degrades his race. He's just a horrible person. But oh, that was scary. That noise was scary outside. It sounded like something from a horror film. But this is the thing, though. The thing is this. Many Black conservatives are hypocrites. And it's these Black conservatives that have come about during the Reagan era. Okay? Black conservatives pre-1979, they were sincerely conservative. You had some that they were conservative because they had like their disdain for Black society, but there wasn't anything that was hypocritical about them in terms of their character. Like they wasn't people that was always on this "you're gonna go to hell" kind of thing. They just didn't like or really care. Some of them didn't care for Black society as a whole. But around 1979, when Ronald Reagan became and was running for president the second time, and his campaign was really, really gaining steam, you start to have these Black these people that's like, oh, no, I identify with Reagan. I'm going to become a Black conservative. I'm going to be a Republican. And then you had the evangelical coming about, and they were like, oh my God, we love Reagan. And this is how the party is now known a lot of times as having a lot of evangelical Christians, when it was never that way. So a lot of these Black conservatives that have lashed onto the Republican Party, they're not like the ones before, like in your grandparents' times, that was just, economically conservative, socially conservative, but was for the family, particularly Black family. These ones don't even want you to be anything pro-Black. They want you to be pro-Jesus Christ. And as in the white Jesus Christ, aka Caesar Borgia. All right. Now you have many of these conservatives, Black conservatives, years down the line, their dirt comes out where they either been beating up their wives, having sex with multiple women, prostitutes, they pedophiles, they're criminals, they like to steal money, or they homosexuals on the low. Most of them are men when I'm talking about these Black conservatives, but you'll have some women who they'll say, they have premarital sex, but usually with the women, it's like they steal money. They like to abuse their workers, their staff, and if they're religiously pious, supposedly it's fake. And when they have affairs with men. With men, yeah. Now, I'm going to say this, though. Jesse Lee Peterson ain't the only one. And I believe this is the beginning of all of their dirt coming out. Now, I believe that I'm going to tell you who else I believe is in the closet. I believe Larry Elder's in the closet. I believe he's a homosexual. I don't care how many white women he dates. It's something about his look. I believe he's a homosexual. I believe that, who else? Who's a Black conservative that's on the low, 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 low. I'm not saying they are. I just believe that they're on the low. I believe that Beverly Betty's friend is in the closet. I can't think of her name. Oh, Edmund. I think she is. She gives me those vibes that she's a homosexual. Number one, she's never been, okay, I'm not going to say because she's never been with a man sexually, even though she has admitted that she's a virgin. But when she gets angry and riled up between her love, like when she talks about like Republicanism, like if you look at videos in the past and the way she gets charged, she's like, yeah. And like her muscles, like she's all brawling and her muscles get tense. And then, like how she's very, very like when she gets angry at men, like talking about men, the anger, it's like even with like Donald Trump playing them, which was beautiful. The way he played them and turned on them, she said, Donald Trump, we stood for you outside and we had your back. We took the bullet for you. We took a stabbing for you. We basically risked our life and our freedom for you. And you do this, you accept the mandate, you want everybody to get the vaccine and you endorse the vaccine. And the way she gets mad is like, It's like, girl, are you fighting your demons? Are you really angry over what's going on? Or are you, angry at the fact that you can't be who you are? Because I believe I believe she's in the closet, That's just my opinion. And I feel a lot of them who are conservatives, they hide behind that term because they can't be themselves. So it's like, I'm going to continue from hell. And she's another one that has gone around, her and Beverly. They go around condemning homosexuality. They was laughing at the gay black men on what's his name? I can't think of his name, but he had Thais, Jay, King Jobs. They didn't disrespect King Jobs, but they disrespected Thais because he was an openly proud gay black man, and he told them, "We gonna keep it cute, Beverly, keep it cute. Don't try me. Don't try me." Hey, Wax Dog. Hi, Wax Dog. Hey, Vulcan 2054. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, oh, by the way, Wax Dog, I'm still looking for the video that has where Hassan Campbell mentioned Campbell Soup Records. It's way back. It's like around the time when he first came out, and not came out, but like was mentioning Five Guard, his artist. But I don't know if you read the comment, but I posted that. I looked up to see if the record label exists. And I also looked up through the New York State Department of State, where they have all the businesses listed, because since he lives in New York, if he was to create a business, he would actually have it up under New York State Corporation. So the record label don't exist. When I find that video when he mentioned that he signed that Five got to sign the Campbell Soup Records, I am going to post it on my community page, and I am going to tag you. I'm still looking up. I didn't forget. Hey, Gordon. I want to give you a shout out because you actually, like, you was posting a lot of stuff. The truth about Jesse Peterson, stuff that I didn't even realize. I didn't even give it a thought with the link between him and the cult, because I don't really think of him as a pastor, though. And when you mentioned Jim Jones, the preacher who made them all drink the Kool-Aid out in Jonestown, Guyana, yo, that really honestly struck with me. Hey, the Black Caliber. Miss Ann, hello, Miss Ann, hello, when we getting married. Listen, first I gotta meet you, But let me ask you, who that person in your photo though? Oh, Campbell Soup Records. Yep. I swear, I'm looking for it, and when I find him saying that, I'm gonna post him. I'm gonna tag you in it because you've been one of the top people that's been exposing Hassan Campbell. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. I feel like, in a strange way, when I was saying just before y'all came in the chat, when I was talking about like Jesse Lee Peterson, and I said the word father, I purposely said that on purpose because you got Hassan Campbell, who's similar to this man, always talking about how he's a father, this father, that. And not to mention, it's always men like them that be the ones that be caught up in homosexual activities, allegations, gay sex chronicles and everything. And we all seen what Hassan Campbell did right after that live with Kwame Brown, when he invited Bambaataa to come over and, slob on his knob. He was drunk, but it don't matter. He still did it anyway. And this man, Jesse Lee Peterson, I feel like they two peas in a pod. Matter of fact, I think Hassan Campbell should go on Jesse Lee Peterson's show. I think he should go on the Fallen State. They both always shouting out their white subscribers, their white fan base. They show more respect to white people, particularly white men, than they do not only their own black people, but even their own family. You got Hassan Campbell disrespecting, and this is my opinion, you got him disrespecting the women in his life, okay? You got this man, right? Every time he showcased his son, Khalil, when he do, I haven't seen any videos since. he basically pushed him away. Now, I told y'all I didn't watch any of his videos for over a year. So when I saw them again, I saw all this drama and people hating him. And I was like, what the fuck? What the hell happened? But I see everybody was right to go at Hassan. Now, yeah, that exactly, Wax Dog, exactly. Oh, okay. Gordon said of that was to happen, they will be exposed real hard. Yeah, everybody is getting their karma. Let me tell you something. This is how I know for a fact we as Black people are chosen and like we are special people. Because everybody who's done us wrong, whether they white, whether they Black, whether they Asian, any group of people, that all everybody's skeletons come out the closet. You made money for years degrading Black people. Okay? Jesse Lee Peterson, you thought it was so cute to basically talk about how, oh, white people in the KKK, they're not racist. There's no such thing as white racists. They were just bad people. This is what this man says. This is what this man says. Now, I will give him one thing about Jesse. He do stay on topic and he do follow whatever script he's following with, whatever lives he promoting. He will stay on script. Unlike Hassan. You got Hassan that basically want to switch up. You want to shout out your white subscribers. You want to shout out your Dominican subscribers. You want to basically big up everybody. You want to go on um from the Souls platform, but you want to go hard disrespecting Black people because you don't like yourself. And people say that Hassan is actually half Hispanic. I don't know if that's true. He kind of looks it though. I'm not sure about that. But what I do want to say is that you got Hassan caping for Charleston White with the whole thing with when Charleston White was talking about, you know, the analogy of raping, not rape, R the white woman, and he said it was fake. But Hassan said he knew what he was talking about and how he kind of agreed with him, but he didn't want to disrespect his white sub, and he was letting them know like it was nothing against the ones who've been supporting him. My thing is this: Hassan Campbell and Jesse Lee Peterson are on the internet and they popping in terms of views, not in terms of views, but in terms of subscribers, because white people are their bottom line supporters. Okay. It says, all Black, yep, Gordon, all Black folk ain't kinfolk. Exactly. Vulcan 2054 said, Tariq been called out Jesse Peterson as ZL for years. This is no surprise to me. Yes. And not only did he not call him out for being down low, he even calls him out for saying that you a con. You don't even believe the stuff that you're saying. Also, too, I found this story out through Tariq this morning because I woke up at 2:50 a.m. this morning, and I happened to basically, you know, since I only had 1% on my phone, I was charging it, and I wasn't able to like go back to sleep. So I saw the notifications, and I saw Tariq did his radio show like he does on Wednesdays evenings. So it was live, and in California time, it was about 11:50. New York time, it was 2:50. So when I listened to it, I'm clicking on it, and he's talking about how this white man exposing Jesse for being a homosexual and trying to turn him out. So Tariq been exposing him, and shout out to Tariq Nasheed, because I don't care what nobody say, he a real one. Hey, Miss 504, Mouth of the South. I love your show. Hey, sweetie, stopping by to show love. Hey to everybody in the chat. Yes, make sure you subscribe to Miss 504, Mouth of the South. She's been giving really great content, uploads for years. I found out about her channel back in 2020, right? And let me tell you, when I found out about her channel, this was like around like the fall of 2020. Okay, she had her channel for some time. Come to find out, all of a sudden, I didn't know what happened to her content. I didn't know what happened to her. You're welcome, Miss 504. Come to find out, Hosanna basically was trying to get her channel shut down. And this is another thing too. And this is the politics of YouTube that I don't like. You have people that's really doing the right thing on YouTube, telling the truth, regardless of their content. And you got a fraudster like Hassan Campbell that basically gets awarded basically for the lies he's been telling, the way he treats people. And it just really tells me that YouTube is really promoting the fuckery. It's not the same like it was years ago, in my opinion. But I want to say something. Miss 504 really, really has been one of the people that has been really exposing Hassan greatly. Miss 504, Wax Dog, who else? 10 Toes Down, 10 Toes TV. You know, I would say to a point, Monty Woodgrain. He's been more doing skits, but he's been exposing him. Who else? Let me go. I mean, so many people. Oh my God, so many people. It's so many people. Sexy Lady D. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so many people. Oh, Mr. Skinny TV, Uncle Skinny. Jamil Patterson, I believe that's his name. So many people has been going and exposing this clown. And I saw the edibles video with the edible arrangements that his father gave him. And this is my thing. I don't want to know what his father gave him. I want to know, what did he ever give his father? All them years he been making money on YouTube. All them years he's been showing what he been buying. Those fur coat Sherlins, those leather jackets he go to Fordham Road and buy. All the cars, all the gadgets. He always showing off the stuff he bought for himself. Okay? What have you bought your father that you say is still alive in your life? What have you bought for your daughters? You never see Hassan Campbell showing off anything that he buys for his daughters. You never see him saying, oh, I got you this, I got you that. Same thing with Jesse Peterson. He talking about his son that live in Brooklyn. His son supposedly lived like what, an hour, 90 minutes away from me. I might have bumped into his son, for God knows, you know, living in New York City. He don't talk about what he ever did for his son either. And this is this whole thing with these trifling ass, well, not all, but these type of black men. These type of black men. But the problem is, you got chicks like Cynthia G that promotes the whole. These type of men, black men as the whole. And that's the problem. And my thing with Cynthia G is, of all the black men you could talk about, why you ain't never talked about Hassan Campbell? That's the perfect one you could talk about. And you've never ragged on him at all, darling. You never have. Another thing, too, is that for those of you who are familiar with Hassan Campbell, did y'all ever see the video when he bought his daughter? Well, no, when he showed off the boots he bought, and he was letting his daughters know these were the boots he bought, and he showed them the bag, the box, and then the boots, and then tried the boots on himself, and they was looking so uninterested. Now, he did recently post on his YouTube page, I mean his IG page, the coat that he bought one of his daughters. The coat was really nice. It was a real cute coat, and it had a nice fur, and that was wonderful. But where was all the years when you could have actually posted stuff if you bought stuff for your children? And that's a tragic thing. And that's just a heartbreaking thing, especially to do that to your children. You buy all the stuff, you show it off for you, but what have you bought your daughters? What have you bought your sons? Yep, all black folk ain't skin folk. Yep. That's a fact. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's really sad, but I just wanted to come out there and vent and just, talk about it. But I'm happy that Jesse got exposed, and I'm happy that the best way he got exposed was through white people. I just love it. I feel like everybody's dirt is coming to light. The famous saying, the chickens come home to roots. Like karma always comes right on time, I feel. And I also believe, this is just my belief too. I believe that there's more to come with the Jesse Lee Peterson story. I believe. And when it comes to Hassan Campbell, I really feel now, I saw on Miss 504 show that he actually has the it, and that he's actually he's bedridden from it. And if that's so, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. I never had it. I know people that did have it, and it's no joke. And for people that think that COVID is fake, it's not fake. It's something to take very serious. But it's really interesting in the video that he kept talking about the whole thing with Tripe. Now the fight's supposed to happen, but he kept like sounding like he was backing out. And I just feel like, and I just feel as though he's basically faking the funk. You know how he always says, I'm just keeping it funky, I just feel like he don't want to fight Tripe. He don't want to fight Tripe. I think the one person, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think Hassan Campbell really hates a lot of people like he claims to hate. I think the one person he hates in this world is Sonetta. I think he hates 10 Toes Down, especially when he found out that Sonetta was his cousin. I think he's jealous of 10 Toes Down because 10 Toes Down is everything that he isn't. And he got heart, and he has something that he doesn't have, which is bodies. Oh, Waxo, I said somebody gave him those for free. Really? Wait, you talking about the edible arrangements. So you don't think that it was his father that gave him that? Because, a part of me does think that he could be lying, because we never really hear him talk about his father. And why would his father give him edible arrangements? Like, I thought was kind of weird. Then I did see that somebody had wrote that could have been Bambaataa that gave it to him, which I doubt. Matter of fact, I think Bambaataa hates the sight of Hassan at this point. I think he hates him. Wax. I think he does. But he did look real happy though. So you never know. You never know. Gordon says 2021 is a year of exposure. It really is. It really is. And honestly, 2020 was supposed to be the year, because 2020 represents perfect vision. But because of COVID happening and the pandemic and everything shutting down, the exposure got put on hiatus. But 2021 is doing what 2020 was supposed to do. But everybody's truth is coming about. And like the apocalypse, they say that we live in apocalypse. This is the apocalypse. And the apocalypse is a Greek word. It basically means to reveal the truth. And that's what's been going on. It's like everybody's truth, whether it's bad or good, is coming to the surface, as the forefront. You can't hide it. You can't run away. That goes for people like Jesse Lee Peterson. That goes for people like Hassan Campbell. If you look at Hassan Campbell, I looked through a lot of videos, and there's so many, and I just couldn't go through it though. But there was no video like that video where he was wearing the Bulls outfit and he was basically bending over. If you saw him turn, sit, kind of bending his back, and was like, oh, Hassan, I mean, not Hassan, oh, Bambaataa, come over. I'm going to call Bambaataa. Oh, Bambaataa, give me some head. And then he bent over, and it was indicating that he wanted sex from him. A real victim would never act like that, let alone make any kind of physical gestures of that nature. And that just told you everything. So all them times when he's saying that he was, molested by him, he just proved what everybody was saying the truth about him. And that's 2021. Vulcan said, true. Yep, true. Gordon says his days are numbered. I hope he repents. You know what? I do believe that about Jesse Lee Peterson. But here's the thing, though. Jesse Lee Peterson, he's cocky. He's not going to repent. He's not going to repent because, one, he wants that money from those white people. See, this is the thing about white people when it comes to conservatism. White people love to hear black people talk bad about other black people. It's more money in being a black conservative than it is, believe it or not, being a medical doctor. Yes. Hear me out. I've seen people who are conservative, black conservatives, make so much money. If you was to go and see like how much money they make with books, advertisement, like interviews, endorsements, donations, when they have their organizations, they get banked. And they get it from white people. These white people who think like them basically support them financially because they want them to promote that image that we as black people are just horrible, we're shiftless, we're lazy, we're no good, and it makes them feel good. So they will pay you. It's a quick way to make money. So I don't believe he's going to repent. Maybe behind closed doors he'll cry, but publicly he's not going to do it. Sadly, it's people out here that still think it is. Yeah, Vulcan, you right. You absolutely right. Wax Dog, the boots. The boots, yep, the boots. The black boots, where he was in front of one of his cars in that home that they say is owned by Takoya Martin, that was given to her by one of her relatives. That house in Newburgh, New York, the same home where he had the gun and called the cops, that bullshit incident that happened. The 3 daughters was there. And it was one of the daughters was Imani. The other daughter, I don't know her name. And then it was one of the twins. And that's what basically happened. And it was just incredible, Wax Dog. It was unbelievable. He never shows what he buys his children. He never shows it. Gordon says, you may never know, his heart can change, but it's up to him. And that's true, and I do believe that people can change. I really believe that people can change. But, I will say this, though. From my personal experience, I've seen it quite a bit. I haven't seen it a lot. But there is a certain type of person, a certain type of human being that's more like willing to repent than others. But you're right. A person's heart can completely change for the better. But like you say, it's up to him. Like you could pray for them. You can, wish them the best. You can like lay hands on them. You can heal. You can tell them everything. You can heal them. You can pray for them to be a better person. But at the end of the day, it's up to him. Their heart has to be open. Waxdar said he spread his own cheeks. Yeah. When he did that thing that night, that was on a Sunday. I believe it was July the 12th. It was July the 12th. When he did that thing and he bent down over on the side of that couch and invited Ben Bada over, I said, Lord knows, I was done. I said, I can't. I really can't. I can't. And I ain't never went back. I ain't never gave him no benefit of doubt. I was like, I'm totally done with him. I said, this man is a complete ridiculous liar. Malcolm X said, Malcolm X, hold up. You look like a white man with an avatar. Red hair. To be fair, it's an allegation. We don't know if it's true or not. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to even entertain that, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm not. Okay. Exactly. Vulcan says, selling out is where the money's at. Yep, that's where the money's at. Wax Dog. Tommy somebody has been doing. Yes, he has Wax Dog, and he make a whole lot of money. And even after they've been tearing down his channels, and he been coming back up, he got that OnlyFans because he could say whatever he want. He never has to worry about his channel going down and them taking it down. And he gets so much money being critical of our own, of us as a people. And I don't know if y'all remember when he lied. They say that Tommy lied about being Panamanian. That his real last name is his name is Tommy Harris, and his brother came forward and said that Tommy is not Panamanian. Tommy is just a regular black man. But he lied about his background because he's never been comfortable being himself. He's always hung out with white people, even in high school. He's always like adapted and been around white people who are, you could say, racist. And, you know, even coming up in the industry as a comedian, he's always had those type of people as his supporters, the people that have managed his career, according to the brother. So Tommy's an interesting one. Now, I don't hate Tommy. There are certain things Tommy say is the truth. It's just a little bit. But when you hear what he says as a whole, you know you can't support Tommy. You know, you can't support Tommy. But it works for Tommy. It works for him. And hey, that's just how it is. You know, and some people that lifestyle works for them. Wax Dog says he got those boots for free, charity boots. Oh Lord, you know what? He got those boots for free, Wax. With all the money he made, he could have gave it to somebody who was needy. And now that we mention the needy, what about all the children that he's supposed to be helping? What about the women whose rent he's supposed to be paying? What about all those people? Yeah. What's the fraud? Yeah, all the money he made. I remember a couple of days ago, I saw a video when he was doing a live with what's that man's name? 050. And he said that one time he got a check from YouTube from over 60K. Matter of fact, it was the exact amount was 63,000. I ain't never heard anybody with the type of views he have and the type of subscribers he have with 63,000. But if he did, and that included super chats, then you know he's one of those people, or he's a YouTube fave, and that they pushing him because of the stuff that he says on YouTube. Then you know something is not right in the buttermilk with that. Because 63,000 for 1 month. And speaking of that, what has he done for the community? What has he done for young boys? What has he done for black families? What has he done for victims? You know, so Malcolm's is close enough. Okay. Now, Vulcan says true at Wax Dog. Tommy ain't changing now, in my opinion. Yeah, Tommy love himself. Tommy love what he do. Tommy love it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Tommy good at it. But I want to say something though. I do believe in a strange way that if it wasn't for Tommy and Hassan going at it, Hassan would not have wouldn't start getting all the views he got. Tommy Sotomayor a couple of months ago when the whole thing happened with Mama Duck, he said to Hassan, I'm the one that helps to make your channel go big. I'm the one that pushed you through the algorithm. And you know what? I believe it. I believe it. Because if you think about it, to be fair, this is around the time when I was watching Hassan. This is like for a whole year, I was like watching him because I was trying to see like, is this man really, really sincere? Is what Lily's cousin told me is really true? I want to see this for myself. I didn't see it for a year, but I always knew that Lily's cousin was telling the truth. I always knew that. And I said to myself, I want to see when he either truly snaps, when he's lying, you know, when he's basically going at people, with like all the stuff he says. And I haven't forgot about the whole thing. But I just want to know one thing about Sequoia. he went live and said he was supporting my family. He's a clown. Hassan is a clown. Hassan, in my opinion, should have always gotten Clown of the Year award on YouTube. After what I saw in July, Hassan should get Clown of the Year award. But Wax Off, you might know this. Does Sequoia Martin have any children for Hassan? Because I know from what Lily's cousin told me. And by the way, the Lily's cousin who I knew, he passed away unfortunately in 2020, and he was a real great guy. And he told me everything I needed to know about Hassan, and he warned me about him. He did warn me about him. He told me, whatever you do, don't ever come in contact with him. And I never did. I never once spoke to Hassan. Never. I never, ever, ever spoke to Hassan at all and stuff. I just watched from afar. And there were even a lot of times when I wouldn't even watch some of the videos because I was like busy or I just didn't watch. And I will say this, the personality on Facebook was totally different from the personality on YouTube. On Facebook, he was much more calm. I do believe when people say that he was hyping it up to get the views and money, that a lot of that was for an act. I just want to know, do he have any kids for Sequoia? Now, I know the twins are Lily's because that's what Lily's cousin told me. I didn't know about Khalil at the time until 2018, but because I only knew about Lily, I just, automatically assumed that that was her son. But this two wives thing that this man has. Oh my God, Pharaoh! What's up, bro? Yes, bro. How are you? All right. So it says Tommy loved himself and Massa. Yeah, he do. He loved Massa. He's the character in Django Unchained that when Candy cried, he would be running up to him and like, no. It says, oh, so okay. All right. So basically, Sequoia has 0 children for Hassan Campbell. A woman who basically who's a doctor in her profession, who is successful in her career, who unfortunately is in an abusive relationship with this man, can actually get away from him. I hope she truly did. Is basically raising his kids and other people's kids. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Pharaoh says, just getting off my grind, my sister. That's what's up. That's what's up. Hopefully you had a good day at work. Hopefully you had the New Year's off so that you could be with your family and, like start the new year, just with your family and your loved ones. Because, certain jobs don't allow you to be off on New Year's. When I used to work for Gap Inc., I had to work on New Year's. I would get time and a half, but still I couldn't request a week off. The day off. Wanted to show you some love. Oh, thank you, bro. That live was lit last night. That live was so lit last night. It wasn't crazy. I fell asleep on that live, Pharaoh. I think I fell asleep. I don't know what time you went off. I know I fell asleep like around about 10 and I woke up at 2:50 and I only had 1% battery and I was charging my phone. And that's how I found the story out about Jesse through listening to Tariq's radio show that he do on Tuesday. Yes, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you know what? With the StreamYard, I could have up to 6 people here. And I want to do that live, that collabo between me and you on StreamYard. And we could have from my end, up to 6 people. So that would be dope. So definitely going to put that out there for like the beginning of next year. So I was saying, we just got to figure out what topics we're going to talk about. Wax Dog said, no kid, she got lucky. Yeah, she got lucky. But here the same Wax Dog. She could be even more lucky if she run, hit, dodge, and never deal with him. I know when it comes to like relationships and stuff, you know, sometimes when it comes to like kids involved, even though they're not yours, sometimes people do end up staying for like the kids. I do think that her having this business where she takes in foster kids, where she's teaching his kids how to speak, that's admirable, and I'm sure she's getting money from it. But she needs to separate herself from them as a whole. Once they grow up, she needs to separate herself from him. But what she needs to do also, Wax Doll, she needs to also get her life together, and she also needs to find her own happiness. Because as long as she's still, you know, like without someone, he's going to always still try to claim her and take advantage of her. But she's really smart that she never showed her face. But I think in that photo, Wax Dog, when she was like, so when he was like saying that my wife left of 20 years left, and she was wearing the blue, if that's her, she's really nice looking. She's actually nice, like more attractive than Lee. But it's really smart that she never showed her face. Low self-esteem, yeah, low self-esteem. And with her career, because I actually saw her business card online, she does not need him. She could go. The speech pathologist is high as a man because it's not that many. It's like being a doctor. It's like being a doctor of communications. There are so many men. She could work in a hospital and meet a man. She could go on Black Singles. She could use the meetup app and meet like Black professionals and get somebody like that. She does not need him. But like you said, low self-esteem and not believing in herself. And you know what? Hassan probably got to her head. He probably got to her head and probably said to her that the only thing that she was good for is probably what she does as a profession, taking care of the kids. And he probably got with her because he knew that she had that skill to be able to teach his children how to speak. So it's like that whole Color Purple dynamic, like Celie in terms of like the character herself and Mr. So where it's like, I'm only using you so that you could clean the house and take care of the kids. He probably did that with Sequoia. I'm using you so that you could take care of my kids and teach them how to speak. And we could play house, but I really am not into you like that. Yep. Appreciate you, my sister. Y'all made my night. Yep. We really did. It was really fun. For sure, my sister. Yep, it was. She must have low self-esteem messing around with marshmallow arms. Wow, Pharaoh. And you know what? I think those arms are indicative of years of doing steroids and the body just breaking down. There's photos of him. When it comes to arms, I'm glad you brought up the arms because when I saw photos of him, like you ever see like old photos of Black girls like posing like in like that B-girl stance, and you know you had like the one arm like in the triangle pose, and then you're halfway bent down, and you know you got that pose because you like a B-girl, and you know you're a fly girl. There's photos of him similar like that, where he have his arms in like that position, like both arms. And then there was a photo of him where he's young and he has like his arms look healthy, and he's cut and he's posing like he's modeling for like Calvin Klein, GQ. And then there's another photo that's weird where he's on a stoop in like the same shirt that he wore the first interview with Doggy Diamonds. And he's on the stoop and he's posing and he looks real zesty. And I was looking at the photos and I'm like, something about this man is telling me. And this was before the Derek Williams. This was before all that. I'm like, if he's saying that he's not gay and he's saying all this stuff, why are he posing like that? So them arms, I'm glad you mentioned the arms. Oh, that was Lily in the photo? Oh, wow. Okay. So Sequoia. Okay, you know what though? I had a feeling that Sequoia was dark. And I'm going to tell you why. I had a feeling that she was dark. I don't feel as though he even want to post photos of her. Do you remember, like, on lives when he was talking about certain women that would talk bad about him, and he would always talk about the ones that was dark, really dirty? And I saw the video with Derek Williams' daughter, Damaris, when Damaris was like looking for her father. He took a photo of Damaris and basically like posted it and like a video of his. And he pretty much talked about Damaris's hair, said we're gonna get a weave, I'm gonna hook her up with a perm, I'm gonna make sure her sewing is right because we gotta fix those edges because I feel as though, in so many words, she's ugly. Talked about a 12-year-old girl like that. I just saw the video this past summer, but the way he talked about her was horrible. So she's 10 Toes Down said she was a little heavy. She did say that, a little heavy. But she's probably very pretty. She might be very attractive. But like you said, low self-esteem. And he knows it, and he preys on her. Marshmallow arms. Yep. Marshmallow arms, Vulcan. Pharaoh. Yep. Trying to look like he put in work in prison. Yo, fact. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I think that he's very jealous of 10 Toes for that reason. I think that's one of the main reasons why he's jealous of 10 Toes is because he could put that like 10 Toes had those prison photos with his arms and cuts. And you know, a lot of short men are very obsessed with their bodies like that. But the thing is that you could tell with his, because he wasn't fat as a kid, Hassan Campbell. I've seen photos of him like during when the whole their body situation first came out. He was a thin child. He had a nice set of hair and everything. But years of stressing and not eating right, and then not living self, drinking a lot, not doing what you're supposed to do properly in life, lying, deceiving people. Yes, that's the outcome of the arms. And not to mention steroids, because steroids, like bad use of steroids, breaks down your body composition. And that's what happened. Wax Dog said, yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, laughing. Yeah, crying tears. Yeah, those photos. You know what? I'm gonna post those photos. And you know those photos are the photos that's on what's the man? My man, T-Bone from Colors. I love T-Bone from Colors. I love T-Bone from Colors. I love T-Bone from Colors in the movie. That was the character that was played by Damon Wayans. And I loved T-Bone. And let me tell you, I am so happy that T-Bone brought back my song. I love Bam. That is my jam. I'm so happy. I ain't gonna lie, Wax Dog. I was praying for that. I was praying for that. Like, when I hear that, I love him, Bam. I love him back. I love him, Bam. Ooh. Oh. Demonic footy. Demonic footy. Demonic footy. I love that song. And that other song, that new song that T-Bone have. Bam. But how that go? How that song go? That new one that he got. No, okay, I gotta think of that. Okay. So it says Pharaoh speaks over the top impressions. African Mambata had that nigga twerking while he count money smoking his oh, shit. Tim Pharaoh. Tim. He said Waxer said I had her on my channel. Wait, which person you have on your channel? You had one of his girlfriends on the channel? Wax Dog, you had one of the girlfriends on the channel? Yeah, and speaking of, you must have had Lily. Okay, because 10 Toes Down, he mentioned on one of his live streams, he was talking about how Lily always was the one that liked to get people's channels taken down. And that probably could have been what you had. But my thing is this, if if everything that you did was the truth, why would they pull down your channel? And that's the thing. And those are the games playing. Because my thing is this: if anybody, I feel like this, tit for tat, all the stuff that he said about, especially the whole thing that he said was like an analogy with Kev Gill's child, the heavy D statement. He should have got canceled off of YouTube like that years ago from that alone. That right there. And then when he talks about, oh, what he said about JoJo Capone, what he would do with his thing in the mouth, he said that a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Vulcan, he probably got that short man complex. Yeah, he does. But see, unlike Kevin Hart, he didn't do anything with himself. You know, this man proudly boasts that he ain't never punched a clock before. That's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. That you 45 years old and you proudly talking about how you ain't never punched a clock. $51, $54. Oh, you just had her photo up. Okay. You got a photo up. So then if you have her photo up and you got it from the internet, then there should have been no reason for her to legitimately or legally, if for that matter, take your channel down, because there's like 2 photos of her online. One where she's eating crabs, and it's like a photo with Hassan in there, and there's another one with her where she's like leaning against the wall or something. I know that she do have her own channel, and they say she's the one that do the tricks for him and stuff, because according to 10 Toes, he doesn't know how to do it at all. I did see the live though of July 4th of 2020. I didn't see it when it happened, but it was the one from last July 2020 when he was basically like angry and crying, and she was heckling him. And also there was another one. And there was another one. And there was another one. And pretty much I just felt, the one, okay, I saw the one about the crack when he calls her the crackhead. That one to me is the one that everybody talks about when he calls her a crackhead. Somebody get this crackhead off my screen. Now I did see a video of hers with supposedly what you talking about, this white man who claimed that Hassan gave him an STD back in the back in the day, and he would reach out to him, and she was saying how she knows that he didn't have a mole because she know every crevice of that man's body, and she was saying it real proud. That shit was weird to me. Has your throat been punched before? Damn shame. Okay, I don't know about that. Okay, it says, I know people. You know what? That's crazy. About to wrap at my job. My sister. We'll be joining up often when you do live. Yes, and I'm gonna always post it. You know what I'm gonna do actually though? What I'm gonna do with the lives, I'm actually gonna actually set the timer and do a schedule, so that way people will get the notification, or just people will see it on my channel, and I'll just like hit it up, and I'll just have it to where you can like click the that notification, and it'll let me know like how many people are waiting to go live. This was really, really fun. I really had a great time like doing this. This was fun. I'm actually going to do this more often with StreamYard as opposed to like Spreaker. I mean, I'm going to still always do the Spreaker thing because it also, keeps my Spreaker account open. But I really like StreamYard. I really do. I actually really do. I really like that. And I can always go live. And I'm doing all this on my phone. I don't have a laptop. I don't have a lot of equipment that quite a few people do. And that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother topic. And that's something that I will be talking about next year, because I really think it's important, especially in this time, that we as Black people, regardless of where we come from within the diaspora, we need to start creating our own businesses. I think YouTube is one of the perfect platforms to do it, but we should also go into other mediums and do other type of businesses, because if you look at the economy, everything is falling apart as it is. And this is the perfect time to create our own LLCs, our own S corporations, different things of that, go into real estate, go into like farming even, go into like Uber, go into your own graphics business, music, if you do music and stuff. Okay. So it says, remember he said yes, I remember he said he had houses, condos, and businesses looking like a straight bun. Yes, I remember that. Yes, Hassan always liked to point out that he had all these grandiose things, that he has this, he has that. And I'm going to tell you something, Waxdor, I think a lot of that has to do with him being light-skinned. It's that light. I think he has like one of those, not all light-skinned men have that, but it's like a complex that certain light-skinned men have, where it's like they got to make themselves better than most Black people. They got to make themselves stand out, because some of the things that he do, it's like those light skin stunts. Like I know for a fact, because I've been around quite a few light skinned men, and the emotions that he give out, a lot of it is that light skin stuff. It's that bad. It's that bad light skin stuff. I can't speak on for those of you all who are down south. I don't know how it is, but up in New York, there's like things that certain light-skinned men do that you could tell their ways are strictly based on them being light-skinned. So yeah, you're right. He have all this and that, but he was looking like, yeah. And for years he used to dress really average. It wasn't bad, but he wasn't flashy. But then all of a sudden now he always matched. He got to match his fitted with his shirt, his coat, his leathers, and everything. And the kids, the daughters especially, they don't look good and stuff. And the way the daughters, he have his daughters cursing out women, how he had the daughters disrespecting Miss 504. I don't know if it was, I know one of the daughters is named Jordan, but the other daughter, I don't know her name. I don't know if her name is Jada or what, or Jasmine. I don't know. But she had her saying, "What? You son of a bitch." Yeah, that was weird. Brenda Mackey always suspected Jesse danger to young men. Hates. Yes, Jesse always having young white men working for him, and that bond organization, he mentors nothing but young Black boys. So you're right about that. And he does hate women. He really does. Yeah, that's a sign. That's a sign that he's a predator. He's a sexual predator. Yeah, he is. True. I think it's interesting how I talked about Jesse, and I had a feeling that I was going to go, that somewhere down the line, Hassan Campbell was going to come up. And I think they're sort of similar. I think they should have a sit down. He should be on a fallen state. They to me, they're like two peas in a pod. They talk about women bad. Jesse won't call a woman a bitch, though, because he got to put on that front of being a pastor. But Hassan really hates women. They're two peas in a pod. Brenda Mackey said, what a scammer. I don't sin. Jesse, huh? Yep. He was a scammer. And that's why if you go on my page and you see the video I posted, the book Scam, that's the book that he wrote, and that's the book back in 2007. I do apologize for doing that. I bought it for $2 at Human Bookstore on 125th Street at 8th Avenue. They was trying to get rid of it. And honestly, the story behind it was that I saw the book and I saw it was $2. And I'm like, this thing is called Scam. So I was one of those people back in the day. Like, I always wanted to get information and just do research and just read things for myself before I make my own conclusion. So the lady has said, I've been trying to get rid of that book forever. And finally you bought it. So it was $2, literally $2. But original price for the book was actually $9. So it wasn't high. It was high It wasn't like high on the mark, like on the market sales, because most books like that will be like $12.99 and stuff. But I don't believe Jesse wrote it, because the book really is not that coonish. It really isn't. It's just like black conservative. I had no idea that man was like that. If I would have known, I would have turned around and gave my book back and got my $2 back. But hey, you live and you learn. So he got my $2, but he ain't never got nothing else but that too. Wax Dog. If he ever got his act together, I swear I would leave him alone. Yeah. And you want to know something? I believe everybody would. But then you know what it is? I believe he's attention driven. And I believe that he would feel upset that nobody would pay attention to him. I think he does this also because he wants attention. I believe Hassan wanted to be famous in some aspect. And I believe that he wanted to be similar to DJ Academics and those people. Not maybe exactly like them, but be a commentator. And he got it. And don't be surprised if somebody offers this man a show on like Sirius XM radio, because he got a lot of, he has 369K subscribers. He got that silver plaque. Then I think he got to get the plaque for 500K and then the million. So, you got people that they will add, people love controversy. You got people out there, hey, maybe, I don't want to say it because they a little bit scary. I don't want to say it, but you got some people that will sign him. You got some people that will really, really want him to, want to work with him, have him on their platforms to boost their ratings, and have him as a guest commentator and stuff. Brenda Mackey said, I feel bad that I'm enjoying this so much. Just glad he's being exposed after judging so many. No, do not feel bad. Brenda, never feel bad. I'm going to tell you why. Because this man basically lied to the public about who he was. Do you remember that episode with the pastor, when the pastor was gay and he condemns him like bad, and the black lesbian, and when he says it, he don't say black lesbian, he said black lesbians, and then he made her feel bad because she was that way. Talked about the transgender Latina who was activist and was trying to get other transgender women off the streets, and then the guy Troy CV, they clicked, but he didn't understand how he could be asexual. So no, don't feel bad. The stuff that he say, don't feel bad at all. Vulcan 2054 said Hassan is a cloud chaser. Yeah, in the worst way. And what I think it is too with him? He wants attention, but he also wants love in a weird way. He wants love. He wants to be loved. And I'm going to say something. I think Hassan Campbell, I witnessed videos that he had. Yeah. Waxlaw said, he wanted fame. That's why he's yeah, because Bambata is one ugly motherfucker. I'm sorry. I gotta say that. That's an ugly zoo. And I'm going back to them young photos of him. And oh, Waxlaw, this is what I was gonna say you. This is what I was gonna say the next live. Okay. Have you ever seen the video? What's that? Planet Rock. Have you ever seen the video Planet Rock? Okay. In the video Planet Rock, there's a scene with all these boys. They're dancing in like a room that has a pink wall on it. The wall is painted pink. And the lighting is, no, it's not pink. It's like a purple, bluish, iridescent type of light. One of the boys, he looks Puerto Rican. He has that curly hair look because that was popular around 82. He's standing next to a triangle that has the rainbow. Okay. That triangle is the symbol of NAMBLA. NAMBLA is the North American Man Boy Loving Association, aka the Pedo Association. Bambaataa was telling us, well, not us, because we probably wasn't born or we was kids, babies, but he was telling us back then that he was a pedophile. Now, in the thing, there's no way that you could not know that Bambaataa was gay himself, because in the video, and once I don't think it was Ken myself, the other one, in the video, he had rainbow colored hair. He colored his hair rainbow color. He had the blue, he had the red, he had it orange, he had all them different colors. With that 4C look, he had that shit. And he was telling people, he was telling us that he liked young boys. But when it comes to Hassan basically doesn't act. For those of you who don't know, he doesn't have the indications of really being that victim. And then talking about how he's done things to other children, and then talk about it with not like matter of factly. It tells you he was the lover of Bambaataa. He was his lover. He was his lover. And that's just one of those things that, is what it is. And it's not to say that Bambaataa didn't get him, Bambaataa didn't mess with him when he was young. Because legally, if he did, that's a crime. But this is how I feel. When you're a young person, you have knowledge of self. Something like that isn't right. I shouldn't be going to this man's house and being with this man because, number one, he's a man, I'm a kid. It's against the law for us to have this type of relationship. Number two, I got a mama who is going to cry if something like that happens. And I also have a father who's going to be ashamed of me. Number three, if this comes out, knowing this man is famous, that's going to make me look bad. And number four, it's something wrong with me because I want to come up to this man's house and not only be with him, but do boy orgies. And you saying that shit proud and loudly and clear. It's something wrong with that. And he would disrespect his mother, and he would talk about her like a dog. And he would basically call her bitches and stuff. My mother never loved me. I never had a mother. She was a hoe. She was doing drugs. She didn't care about me. And there's a video that he posted on his Facebook page where his mother was like sick. And he basically calls her all kinds of names. Like, this is what happened because you wasn't there for me, mom. You let this shit happen to me. You let Bambaataa rape me and molest me. And I was taken aback. I was like, oh my God. Like, that's your mother. Like, how could you do that? But then I learned the dynamics, and he didn't get anything out the deal. He was in the back cover of Midnight Martyrs, the Tribe Called Quest. Tribe Called Quest album cover, because they were all under like that whole Native Tongue Collective, which was basically like being up under Bambaataa. They were Bambaataa's mentees. And it's like when you look at stuff like that, but him to be on a cover and know everybody else is in the entertainment industry, that tells you that he was trying to do it to basically put down. Now, I believe he wanted to be a DJ or like a person like a radio personality, cut records, or be like Charlemagne the God in that aspect. And I just believe that it fell through. And I believe that he was replaced a lot of times, but to appease him, he was given that security job. But when he saw that he was being replaced by that boy, that's what did it. And that happened around the same time as the Boston bombing. That's probably the reason why the story never got picked up when Bambaataa got stabbed, because it happened during the time of the Boston bombing. The Boston Marathon bombing, yeah. Brenda Mackey said, now I wonder why James, Hackey, Chris Joel, and got away. Yeah, yeah, because he probably wanted their pussies. Yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna say this. This was a fun live, guys. I had a great time. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Wax Dog for coming through. Make sure you follow his. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. He has excellent content. He tells like it is. Definitely Miss 504 because she always comes with the real. My bro Pharaoh Speaks, straight out of Ohio. Not only does he do content on YouTube, he also has his own music page on YouTube as well. Make sure you hit that up and support. He's a talent out of Ohio. Also, Gordon DeSere, thank you for stopping by at Vulcan 2054. Who else? The Black Caliber. Let me go down the list. Malcolm X. I don't really know clear. I mean, I know what she was talking about was Jesse Lee Peterson, but I wasn't really sure. But thank you for talking about anyway. Let me see, go down the list. Let me see. Brenda Mackey, thank you for stopping by as well and sharing your thoughts on Jesse Peterson. Don't be ashamed. And I just think that this was a perfect mashup about these two people. They may come from like different like places and worlds and stuff, but they're the same kind of people. They're frauds, they're deviants, in my opinion. Even though that people say the allegations of Jesse, it hasn't been, like really like authenticated. I still believe it. That's my opinion. And oh, thank you, the Back Caliber. Let me ask you a question. When you said about the throat been punched before, damn shame. Were you talking about Lily? Who was you talking about? Because I was kind of worried. Because I was like, I know people have kind of talked about my throat and how I sounded years back. I finally got that fixed this year. But I was just wondering, was you talking about Lily's throat? That's what I wanted to know. But I just want to say thank you for all you all for stopping by. And I'm gonna come back with 2 more videos today. And also I'm also gonna come out with 2 new channels. So one channel is gonna be for reviews for like TV, movies, shows, stuff like that. Another one is going to be so you were talking about Hassan. Okay, got it. Because I was like, when you said, but your throat sounded like you mentioned before. Yeah. Okay, got it. Perfect. Thank you, Black Caliber. Yeah, and another thing is going to be also about exposing frauds because we got a lot of frauds on YouTube. We got a lot of them, and it's not cool. And I think that for us, particularly as Black people, it's time to do like some spring cleaning before spring comes and everything. I've been doing spring cleaning. I've been throwing stuff out in my house. And I think that it's time to just, expose all the frauds. And we've been doing a good job. We've been all doing a good job with that. We really have. We really have. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you all for stopping by. And I have a Cash App if you would like to donate. It's Sabella, it's $ Sabella Joy 15. And I also have my email. If you, like I said earlier in the live, if you have any stories that you want to share with me, and anything, especially anything that's really serious, and you want me to talk about it, any campaigns, any nonprofits, anything to donate, I will definitely gladly share it. And with that being said, I am signing out. And thank you very much. And if I don't see you all or talk to you all tomorrow, Happy New Year. And stay safe out there. And definitely keep away from the COVID and all that other stuff. And I will talk to y'all soon. I love each and every one of y'all for supporting me. And it's been really fun. Lily sound like she swallowed a chimney. Yeah, she do. So somebody said, Monty Woodgrain said that she got the Wheezy voice. But you know what? Her cousin had told me that she actually, like, her brain. I'm gonna talk about that at another thing, but I'm gonna talk about her on my new channel because she ain't gonna get my channel taken down, wax off. She ain't doing it. I'm sorry. Oh no, 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 no. We not playing that game. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, 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 no. You could dish, y'all could dish the dirt on y'all channel and say stuff about people. And I'm not saying her, but I'm talking about Hassan. But you gonna get other people's channel taken down for just wanting to shoot. No. No, 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 no. We ain't playing that game. We ain't playing that game at all. At all. Uh-huh. Yeah, but I mean, this was like one of the best lives I ever did. And you know, I have other lives too. 15. I have other lives too, but it's like I was doing it actually like on YouTube, and I always had people storming in doing like some fuck shit and everything. But this was real fun. And it's really fun to really connect with people from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. And it's really great. Also, I gotta say, connecting with my fellow Black people. You know, it's nothing like it, especially on YouTube. You know, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm actually proud to be a smaller YouTuber. I actually love being a small YouTuber because I don't have that pressure of having to be big and having to, like, you know, have to push, like, go through the algorithm and stuff. And I'm proud of my 2,768 subscribers. I'm happy. I'm happy with it. And I want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for all those that have been rocking with me from the beginning. And all those that are new, thank you for joining my channel. Subscribe, share this live. Also, hit the notification bell so you can get notified for other topics. I talk about a lot of stuff. And if there's a topic you want me to talk about, just hit up my community page, you know, and or both. I create polls and stuff as well. And I will talk to y'all soon. Take care. Have a good one.